Westby here at the lab on Trojans Live. Thank you for watching on Facebook Live, listening on ESPN LA 710. Madison, a junior now. God, time flies. You know, you were just a little freshman out there not too long ago on a real good team as a freshman. You were a big-time contributor. Now it's your turn to carry the team. What's that like being a leader now as a junior?
You know, it's actually crazy. I came on this show 2 years ago, actually. So it's kind of, you asked me how it was as a freshman when I came on it. And so now I'm just kind of the upperclassman. And, you know, we have a lot of freshmen. We have 2 new freshmen and 2 sophomores. And we're just trying to get them to adjust to, you know, they've had to play a huge role since we have a lot of underclassmen. And I think they've really stepped up to the plate. So my job's been pretty easy.
Well, you being the veteran player on the team, what is the advice that you can give them or pass down to them because you've been through it?
I think just enjoying every moment. Looking back, it's gone by so fast. I can't believe I'm going to be a senior next year.
Yeah.
So I think just, you know, we had a big talk last week about playing for each other. And whenever you're out there, just whenever you're every single point fighting for the girl that's on the court next to you rather than yourself, because I think when you're fighting for one another, you kind of put more into it.
And that's what makes college tennis unique, right? I mean, I grew up playing tennis. You did too. It is the individual sport. You got the crazy parents. You're groomed from a very young age to be a tennis player. At least most of the top ones are. And then all of a sudden you get to college and you get this team experience. That's unique in tennis.
Yes, it is very unique. It's a big adjustment for a lot of girls. A lot of girls also do homeschooling throughout their entire career so that they can play those ITF tournaments and travel internationally. And I think what benefited me big time was I stayed in school. I did not want to be any part of that homeschooling program. So I think that helped a lot. And yeah.
And what goes into that decision? I mean, you had to at least think about it because I know that's sort of the path in tennis. Like, I mean, you're in 8th grade and they say, okay, you're not going to go to school anymore. You're just going to focus on tennis. You're obviously a talented player. You killed it, you know, when you're, you know, growing up at home. You know, what was the discussion, or was there a discussion about even thinking about going that route?
There was a little bit of a discussion. There was a coach that tried to get me to do homeschooling, and my parents and I were just like, absolutely not. Like, say I get injured, and then what do I do?
Right.
So I think we were kind of looking at the bigger picture, and a lot of college coaches actually would prefer that you go to school because a lot of those online programs now, they're not passing NCAA. So they come with a lot of difficulty whenever they're trying to get girls into school.
How does a girl from Tulsa, Oklahoma get to USC?
Palm trees.
Palm trees are a good sell. They don't have a lot of those in Tulsa?
Yeah, no. There's actually a fake one right next
there you
to my
go.
house.
But what went into your decision?
You know, I was actually I'm a huge Notre Dame fan, which is kind of weird considering they're our rivals.
They are.
But, you know, I just fell in love with the coaches. They're super positive. I came on a visit my sophomore year, and they offered me that day, and they were like 2 in the country when they offered me, and I was the only spot at the time. So I was like, well, yes. Like I said, yes on the spot.
No palm trees in South Bend, Indiana either, by the way.
Definitely. I did not want to be cold anymore. So.
Well, you are the epitome of a student athlete. I always like to point that out because 2 of us on the stage were academic, all Pac-12 academic. Thank you. But to go along with that, you've excelled at your education as well. Obviously, your family background is probably a part of that and, you know, made that sort of possible. But why do you take so much pride in it to excel and get the academic honors that you have within the conference and within, you know, and outside of the conference?
You know, I think it's just kind of an athlete thing. You want to do the best that you can in every single aspect of your life. And so I think, you know, growing up, my parents always made sure that I was doing my homework but also getting my tennis in. And so I think that played a huge role.
And you're a comm major. What you gonna take JJ's job?
No. We're gonna get her off of here quick.
No, I actually want to go into broadcasting.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
There's an opening coming any day now. What you want to get into broadcasting,
yes,
into doing sports
or
news, or what do you want to do?
You know, I'm not sure yet. I'm really interested in politics, so that could be an
option.
What
a time.
I know, what a time. That is right. So we'll just kind of see where it leads me and whatever opens up.
I also read you want to travel around the world. Where are we going?
Anywhere. I've been to Italy before, and I honestly don't think that you cannot go to Italy enough times.
Amen to that.
It is the best country.
You ever been to Italy, JJ?
I haven't. I barely got to New York.
It's past New York.
Exactly.
You just keep going.
There's a lot of water in between. I've been to Tulsa. I have been to Tulsa. Last thing, you know, really quickly, this team, huge victory over Michigan. They were ranked number 4. Trojans took them down, of course. They're number 4 in the country, right? huge win, obviously. How much of a confidence booster is it for you guys as a team? And, how much can it help going forward with the teams you have to play the rest of the way?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. We have Cal and Stanford this weekend, both not in the rankings, but they are both top 10 teams. With Michigan, it was huge. We lost the doubles point and then won 5 of 6 singles, which is crazy against a number 4 team in the country. So that was huge, and I think definitely a lot of confidence going into Cal this weekend.
All right, before everyone heads to spring break, Cal on Friday at 1:30, Stanford on Saturday at noon. That's at Mark Stadium. They just renovated it. It's absolutely beautiful out there. So hopefully the weather will perk up. I think it's supposed to. And go watch Madison play tennis with the women of Troy. Coming off a great win, looking to build on it for the rest of the season. We thank you for joining us. We come back and we'll talk a little bit of hoops as men's basketball right on that bubble as we get into tourney time. This is Trojans Live.
Like Chapo serving yayo to the gringos. Black Beetle club closed when I say so. That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know of me. Young bull living like an old geese. Quick release the cash, watch it fall slowly. Frat girl still trying to get in. Haters mad for whatever reason. Smoke in the air, binge drink. They lose it when the DJ drops the knee. She's a good teaser, and we blowing reefer. Your body like a work of art, baby. Don't fuck with me, I'll break your heart, baby.